But I told myself today, like, I don't know. I feel like this morning I need to, like, motivate myself and ground myself and kind of just, like, you feel me, put my spirits up, or just, like, I don't know, get myself back in the mood that I'm normally in, which I haven't been in a specific, like, mood lately. I don't know. I haven't been feeling the way I've been feeling lately. And I said I need to get back to reading. You know, I bought all these books. I started reading, and then, like, I kind of just stopped. You know, kind of when you invite people in your space, like, I don't want to say negative, because that's not. When you invite people inside of your space, it just kind of messes up your energy. And I feel like that's kind of what happened to me the past few months. My energy been kind of off, like, with myself. So I'm trying to get back to myself and get back to, like, my mind right, my mind focus, and just getting back to meditating. You know, I need to get back to meditating again. I haven't been meditating a lot. I don't know why. It's just something's like, I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't feel like it. I don't want to. Like, I'm not going to do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Or maybe, like, I'm not going to do it today. You know, just kind of like, just not feeling it. Knowing that that's what I need. I need to do it to feel better, but I just don't do it. So that's what I'm trying to do today. I need to get back on my meditation, reading, and just grounding myself. I said, you know what? I bought a whole bunch of books, and like I said, some of the books that I bought, I didn't even start reading. I just realized, like, dang, I said, you know what? I'm going to read this. I ain't going to read it today. I'm gonna get to it. And I just realized, like, I never even started reading it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do that today. I'm going to start reading. So one of those books, first of all, I love this author. I got, like, let me see, I got 3 of his, actually, I think there's another book that I got of his. But Pierre Alex Jeanty. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I know he's, like, Haitian, you know, Pierre Alex Jeanty. I think it's like, I don't think it's Jeanty. I think it's Jeanty, or I don't know. But he's a wonderful author, like, so, and he, you know, got me inspired to, like, want to write poetry again, start writing again. But then I kind of was just like, I got inspired again. He got me inspired to want to write again, you know, because his poetry, I just love his poetry. It's so beautiful. Like, the book, one of the books that I read that I was just like, oh my gosh, I just love his poetry was Her. You know, I love this book. It's just like a poetry book, you know, just about females, the way females think, the way females feel, kind of just like uplifting, you know, women, and just making them feel, you know, good about themselves, you know, just small, I guess you could call them haikus, because that's what a haiku is. It's like, you know, a haiku is like a short poem. I think that's what you call them, short poems, haikus, you know. And that's what this book is. It's like haiku, just small little short poems, very short and sweet and straight to the point and just cute. I really, really, really love it. It's Her. And I said, you know what? I love this book so much. He has a second book. I said, you know what? I want to read the second book, which I don't, let me see. Did I finish this whole book? I don't think, I don't know. I did. I haven't finished reading Her Volume 2 yet. I haven't finished reading it. But because clearly I'm on page 50. I don't know why my bookmark is like that, but yeah, 50. So I think I'm gonna get back to reading this, just kind of motivate me, get me in good spirits. And then he also got one for men, him, you know, kind of just like, you know, about how men think, you know, how men think in their mind. And I'm so interested in stuff like that. So I bought this, and did I start reading this? I bought it, and let me see. It says maybe there's not a lack of good men for women or good women for men, but a lack of people falling for those who are meant to catch their hearts. Somewhat like the good in this world. The lack of it is easily discovered by the eye, yet where it lies in abundance isn't given enough credit. Let's see here. So yeah, this is kind of like how a man feels. You feel me? Like from a male's perspective. So it's like the opposite of her, but from like a male's perspective, or like a guy pretty much like trying to like explain how he feels or what he wants, from women, but in a poetry perspective. Let's see. You silence his concerns by raising your voice to voice yours, yet complain about how his silent treatment is causing injury. Can't you see that it's the remedy to your neglect? Two wrongs don't make a right, but a wrong cannot call another right. So just, it's like poetry from like a male's perspective. He does not let water run freely from his eyes because he is afraid that they will create rivers. He does not let water run freely from his eyes because he is afraid that he would create rivers that will soon form lakes, then oceans of pity for him to drown in. This is why his cry for help is dry. Pretty much saying like men don't cry, don't show their emotions, They don't show their emotions. There is no righteous in anger and rage. They only create fires to burn things down. Do not let that rage be your fuel. It will only give you a drive for the wrong things or help you spark things in the wrong way. Let's see. And like I said, I haven't read this book. Like I haven't read this one. I just realized like I haven't even read this. I just realized I'm gonna have to start from page 1 to like actually read. But I'm gonna read this one. It says, when I limit women to just friends, they call it being mean. They call me a puppet of immaturity because I'm letting a good one walk. They say I'm guilty of misleading her and call it being afraid of commitment and addicted to chasing less. They crucify me for not being a fan of their pick. Yet, when I am the prisoner of the friend zone and proclaim that I'm being overlooked, they tell me to grow up and accept the fact that she doesn't want me. She says, I don't want a relationship yet. Text me the sweet words, luring me to invest quality time and occasionally brush her lips against mine. I am supposed to see those things as nothing, recognize those actions filled with interest and those misleading behavior as friendship events. How easy is it to believe that a man in the friend zone is on his way to becoming a predator, while the man who guards the friend zone is meant to be her prey? It's the truth. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Let's see. I'm going to read one from her volume 1. Oh my God, I love this book. Let's see. Okay. Dear black girl, your skin is a beautiful place to live in. Your hair is grass from the heavens, and your shape is a beautiful sculpture. You are not magic. Magic is only an illusion. You are more than a miracle. You are an unexpected blessing. You owe no one an explanation for being yourself, yet be unapologetically you. But you owe yourself an apology. If a better version of you does not come alive in long periods of time, you are meant to grow and evolve. Let's see. She did not choose to be alone. She simply chose to love herself more. It required her to be the love of her own life until someone comes to fulfill that position. That's another one. Let's see. I just love this. I love this. What are flowers without water? What are good promises without actions? It says, do not expect her to just get up and forgive. Have you known anyone who has been shot in the heart and didn't bleed or suffer from the pain it brings? To demand that she acts like it didn't hurt and put it easily in the past is to ask her to be a robot rather than a human who feels. Leave her to heal. So let's see. And I love the poetry. I love the pictures. They're like simple. Dear, your smile will be like the sun crackling through the clouds to the man in your dreams. I just love this. I love this. I don't know. I appreciate, what is it? Poetry. I love poetry. I just love poetry. Love shall not cost you your sanity. Do not kiss her with lying lips, nor French kiss her with a sharp tongue and a deceitful heart. This is a crime. Yeah, I don't know. What's the other one? So this is more poetry. And the other book that I haven't read yet that I want to, I just realized, well, the only one I did read is her all the way. I just realized I haven't finished. I think I bought all these at the same time. I said, after I read her, I said, I got to get these other ones because I just love. So I started her volume 2, and I said, I'm going to start on him because I pretty much already know what like her is about, and I didn't really start reading him. I don't know if I should read. Sometimes I read them in order. Sometimes I read them in order, or sometimes I just like pick it up and go through. But I like to read it through, And this book is it says Apologies That Never Came, and I just like the way that it looks. It's just like it just looks like little sheets of paper, and it's just like I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. I love these. This is more like poetry, like it's not haiku. They're more like longer poems. Let's see. Here it comes. Okay, so this is called All Regret. Let's see. Should I read this one? Let me see. One way free page. And I hate public speaking. I hate reading. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. You were different. Their mouth carried truths that your heart fetched like no other. Truth that was not only planted on their tongue, but grew roots that grabbed into your heart. They were everything you needed them to be, and everything you wanted in love. They were the angel you were glad lost their wings and became citizens of this earth. How could you have guessed that they were one of the fallen ones who visit the earth to mimic everything love is? Most of us don't know what liars and manipulators or cheaters look like. Only those who cast judgment put a face on those characteristics. Let me see. That was the last one I read. Oh no. This was the last one I read. Was enough. You never saw yourself being this was called roleplay. You never saw yourself being a character in another short story. You played the role again, falling in love with the hero, only to find out that the plot twist was that they were the villain who perfected the meaning of wolf in sheep's clothing. You played the don't judge a book by its cover role, only to realize that you should not have done so, because the summary was far too exciting to be truly heavenly. You were right. Here you are, expecting long chapters of a lasting story, only to become the lasting moment of another short thrill. They're kind of like feelings, I guess, put into poems, but more feelings. Some things aren't really like poems that like rhyme. They're more just about how they make you feel, like, like some poetry, rhyme, and they just make sense because they rhyme. But this, I feel like, it's more of like understanding, like you just, you understand the words. You understand, like, what's going on there, you know? Which I like it, you know. I thought this was going to be a little bit different, though. You know, like, more like, let's see. I think, like, pretty much the point of this book is, like, you can't control, like, how people treat you or what you go through, like, in relationships or life. Like, you know, even though they do you wrong or wrong has happened to you, like, you may not get what you're wanting from that situation, but it's okay. Like, period. It's just okay. That's why it's called apologies that never came. Because even if someone did something wrong to you and you expect them to be mature and apologize and feel bad or feel like mature about the situation enough to, like, say, I'm sorry that I hurt you, I'm sorry I did this wrong, or whatever, you may not end up getting that ever, but it's okay. Like, I feel like it's okay. You know, some people feel like they need that, but this book is just pretty much saying, like, it's okay. You know, like, it's pretty much okay. You can't, let's see. I don't know. It's pretty much kind of like from a male's perspective too. Like, it's both. Some of these, like, are written in, like, a male's perspective, how they feel. I'm sorry that some wait until you are gone to love you. I'm sorry that their apologies never came when you needed them. So he's just, like, talking right there, you know. Clean up. It's called clean up. Here they are running back as if they are walking on eggshells, carefully choosing their words, strategically texting their compliments, and doing everything they should have done in the beginning. Here they are, tiptoeing around the broken pieces of your heart as if amnesia has washed their mind and they are clueless as to who made this mess of your heart. Here they are, wanting you to welcome them back with open arms after they closed theirs when you needed to be held and cared for. Maybe they need a reminder. I think they do. This is what I'm going through right now, period. Like, I ain't got... Period. Like, I needed to hear this one. Like, leave the fucking exes in the past, bro. Like, you know, they always want to come back. You feel me? I always want to come back and try to make some shit better. But it's like, no. You had your chance. And, you know, life is about forgiveness. You know, you can forgive people and, you know, and if they change, if you feel like that person deserves another chance, then you can give it to them. But a lot of time, I'm not going to say people don't change, because people do change. You know, people do change, but do they really? You know, sometimes they change, but do they really? Do they really change, or do they expect to try to do better? You know, they can only know they change if they're faced with whatever the situation is again, and they can show that they can go a different route or a different path. You know, once they're faced with the same issue again. That's how you know you change. That's how you can know that. That's the only way you can really prove that you changed, when you're faced with the same problem again, and you know how to deal with it, and you deal with it in a different way. If you deal with it in the same way, then that shows it never changed. You just you want to do better, but maybe that's just that's the way you are, and you just I don't know. I just wanted to read a few of these poems, and I don't know. I just wanted to get on live. I just realized it allowed me to get on live, bro. I ain't been able to get on live. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the hell happened. It would not let me go live. And that's why I don't know. It would not let me go live. It would not let me go live. The other books that I really, 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 really love, which actually, I read this one. He's another one of my favorite authors. It's Mr. Amari Soul. And it's called Reflections of a Man. I love this. I read this whole book. And then I said I got to get the second one. but I haven't finished the second one yet. Because I got all these books. I need to get back to reading. I really like this. This book is it's kind of like think like it reminds me of like Think Like a Man, like Steve Harvey, but like in a different way. Like it's like giving advice to women. Like, let me see. Let me go back to the chapter because I kind of forgot. Like, okay, yeah, it's pretty much telling you. This book is pretty much like just telling you like when you're this is for people that's like in toxic relationships. Like, you're in a toxic fucking relationship and you're trying to get out, or like you like in a toxic situation that's just, it's not good for you, but then you love that person, you want to be with them, you're trying to decide whether you should like move on from them or decide like if you want to stay in that situation or move on, like if you should try harder to make it work. This book is really gonna help you decide whether you should stay with that person or not. It's gonna literally put everything in your face that you've been ignoring about that person or the situation, that we seem to ignore red flags. We always ignore red flags in relationships all the time, because you love them or you want them to love them or you want them to be what you want them to be, or you expect them or want them to be what you need, but they may not be what you need. But you, just because you want them to be what you need, you stay in a situation hoping that it gets better. But this book pretty much is gonna like, it's like, okay, they're doing this. Dang, they're doing this too. Dang, this is true. Like, dang, why am I dealing with this? Like, why am I in this situation? Like, why am I here? This is the truth. Like, why? Like, reading this book, I'm just like, this pretty much told me, reading this book made me realize, like, when I get in my next situation, to just remember what I went through in past situations and to not bring it into the future situations, and to pretty much not ignore no red flags. If you see red flags, do not ignore them, because it's going to be a pattern. That's why it's a pattern, like, I'm going to just read like the names of the chapters, and it's pretty much going to give you the gist of what this book about. So like, and they come in parts. So there's like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So part 1 is like man facts, just teaching you about, man facts. Another one, wrong man, weak man, secrecy versus privacy. That's a big one, because they always like to throw that in your face. Like, no, this is my phone, it's privacy and secrecy are two different things. Like, they're not the same. They're not the same. Trust, unfaithful, second chances. You can't change him. We always think that we can stay with a person and hope that we can change them, but you can't change somebody that don't want to be changed. They are going to change when they feel like they want to change, or they meet that person that's going to help them change. Like, I was watching Sisters, and it's like, I think about Zach and Fatima. It's like, even though he was so in love with Karen, and he still loved her, but he knew that she was not good for him, because even though he did her wrong, their relationship got bad because of what he did wrong. He used to cheat on this girl. His financial situation wasn't good. You feel me? He was just everything you don't want to be. And it's a toxic relationship, toxic situation, but you love the person, you love them, but it's not working. Their situation just did not work because when you hurt somebody, it's not easy to forgive that person. Like, you cannot just forgive that person that easy. It's just, don't work like that. It takes time, and sometimes people don't want to wait for time, or sometimes time looks different from others, But then on the other hand, you can't hold on to stuff forever. If you're going to be with that person and you're going to forgive them, you have to forgive and move on. You can't constantly throw stuff in people's face. Like, you can't do that, or it will never work. You can't talk down on a man. You can't talk down on a man or a woman and make them feel bad about things because you want to hurt them because you're hurt. That's where the toxicity comes in in a relationship, when one person do wrong, you're hurt, so you want to hurt them back so it can make you feel better. So it can make you feel better, but it's not going to help the situation. It's like you feel like you have to have the upper hand because you feel bad if you don't have the upper hand. So that's what I kind of learned from that situation. Like, I was in that situation, literally. Well, I won't say that exact situation, but I know that mental state that I was in, like in that situation, where going back and forth, toxic situation, where you like got passion, you love that person, but it's just like it don't work. Y'all never on the same page, and they were never on the same page, and finally, when he got himself together, it took him so long to finally get himself together. Finally, he got money, he got himself together, he's doing better, financially, he got a, mentally, he's in the right place. He's happy, he got a smile on his face. She's like, dang, why? He gets in a new relationship because that person in that relationship built him up, didn't make him feel bad like the other woman did. She made him feel bad about everything instead of building him up. And he was like, dang, I ain't never felt like this before. I ain't never had nobody do that for me. Like, this is different. I like this. I don't want to go back to that situation. Even though he loved that girl with all his heart, but he's like, I can't go back to that because this feels good. And even though he did go back, like he cheated on the new girl with her, with, the ex, because he still loved her. But it was wrong for him to do that. He knew it was wrong for him to do that, but he's like, that love is always going to be there, but he know that situation wasn't right. And it's like, now she's hurting because she feel like she lost him, by bringing him down because of the way he hurt her, and now she's like, dang, why couldn't you do that for me? Why couldn't you be this man that you are for me, that you are for her, when I'm the one that put in the work? I'm the one that was with you for all this time, and now you get with this person, and it's like, boom, you're this brand new person, the person I wanted you to be, the person that I stayed and waited for you to be. You became with this other person. Why couldn't you do that for me? And that's how she felt, It's just like, it's so unfortunate, like, sad. When two people love each other, why they can't make it work. Why? That's why. Because when you hurt someone, you have to learn to forgive and let go and move on and be better and it's not easy. That's the problem. It's not easy. It's never easy. When you hurt someone, it's hard to move on from that, or, because then you got your guard up. It's like, you got your guard up. You don't want to let them hurt you again. So it's like, dang, I've been hurt so many times. I can't let this person hurt me again. So I'm gonna be strong and show this person like, they ain't gonna do me like this. I'm gonna hurt him. I'm gonna make sure I hurt him before he hurt me, And that was their situation. Like, it's so unfortunate, but it's like, you gotta, you give a person a second chance, you gotta give them that chance fully. You can't give them a chance partially. It has to be fully. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can't, like I said, the other chapter is like, you can't change him. She wanted to change him so bad. She wanted to be, but I feel like maybe if she wasn't so hurt and she would have not projected her hurt so much on him, she wanted him to feel how hurt she was, even though I'm pretty sure he knew, but she wanted to just make sure he knew how much she hurt her. Then she wouldn't have so much anger, have so much animosity to show him that. Then their relationship maybe it could have worked and they wouldn't have broken up and they could have made it work, It's really unfortunate because now that man's in love with like another person who is like perfect. There's always going to be someone else that can be perfect for you. Everyone got someone that is, I don't believe that there's just one person that's perfect for one person. I feel like you can have multiple people that's perfect for you, but are you perfect for them? It has to be two ways. You got to be perfect for them. They have to be perfect for you. And sometimes it's the wrong time for people. Sometimes but yeah, I'm gonna let this go because I got calls coming in, but you guys enjoy your day. I'm gonna get back to this book because